I'm Greg Thomas. I'm joined here tonight by Lucas Big Daddy Brown. We are at Eternal 44 at HBF Stadium here in Perth. And Eternal have put on another stacked card for us. There's 16 fights going down for us tonight, headlined by no other than Steve the Steamroller Kennedy against Benny Alloway. Both two ex-UFC veterans. Australia has had this a long time coming. Finally, these two are going to meet, and there's so many people here that are so excited to see this happen.
I'm excited about this one. This one really sort of puts us on the map. Two UFC veterans, so it's great to see that people have actually gone overseas and fought overseas, everything else. So I'm excited about this one for sure. There's
a bit of bad blood. These guys have gone back and forth on each other on social media as well. So this one's really going to go down. Our co-main event this evening is almost as exciting as the main event. We got a heavy hitter in Bates and a wrestler with elaborate slams and scary jiu-jitsu in Pettigrew. Now this fight is, in my eyes, has the opportunity to become fight of the night. This is for the welterweight contender, so the winner of this also goes on and has a fight for the title at the end of it. I genuinely believe this could be fight of the night.
Well, the crowd loves watching people punch on. Now, having 4-ounce gloves and someone who's got a KO ratio like that, it's going to be an exciting fight, so I can't wait for it.
The third fight on the main card tonight is McConnell against Termine. Now, McConnell comes into this as the XFC amateur champion. 3 fights, 3 knockouts. They're both making their professional debut here tonight. Now, Termine comes in as a state Muay Thai champion. This has got everything on it again to be a great striking. And this is another fight that I believe there could be a real big knockout on the way.
Coming from someone who has that Muay Thai background, it's a good transition into the MMA scene. Let's see if he has some trouble on the ground or not, but it looks like it's going to be a stand-up fight.
So coming your way tonight, we have 16 fights from HBF Stadium, Eternal MMA 44. Enjoy the show.
I'm here with the one and only Noke. Now, if you're an Australian into MMA, you obviously know who he is. One question I do have for you, mate, is what are you doing now?
Right now, just coaching. I've got a couple of up-and-coming guys coming through now. Trying my best to guide them and coach them and help them get to where, as far as they can go.
Now, as with all combat sports, going overseas is pretty much where you want to go to make the money and get there, everything else. Have you got anyone in your stable at the moment that's looking in that direction?
Yeah, we've got about 2 or 3 guys. Glenn Pettigrew, who's fighting tonight. John Martin Fraser, who's another big lad. He'd be almost at that level. And then Bevan O'Malley, another lightweight. All 3 of them should be almost close now.
Very good, mate. Now, lastly, just the main event. How do you see that going?
I'm hoping. I'm not hoping. I think Benny Alloway is going to get it. But I think it's going to be a tough fight. And I can't wait to watch it.
Lovely, mate. Congrats on the career and the retirement and everything else, and lovely to see you. Thank you.
I'm joined by Alex Higginson. Alex, you've just had your first win at Perth's HBF Stadium, Eternal 44. That must be such a relief. How do you feel?
Feels fantastic. This is a long time coming, and low work for this. Low work, and this is. I'm in. I'm back. I'm good.
Are you looking to come back again?
Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah. What's better than that,
Absolutely. What was your background? What got you into this?
I've been striking in Journal Martial Arts with Colin Hartwood and Sam Melton for about 7 years. So I've done that. I met Fabi in 2011, and we hit it off from day one, and just training non-stop until coming to this. Coming to HBF, yeah.
For a debut, you look very composed. You look like you knew what you were doing. And sorry, guys. Yeah. And good luck in the future, mate. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Okay, we're here with the winner. Mate, congratulations on a great fight. You were very pumped up in there. It's always good to see. How'd it feel?
Mate, my first fight, my debut. A little bit nervous at the start, but I got the best corner behind me, so I couldn't have been more calm at the time.
It's always good to have a good corner and be able to look over and getting the great advice, everything else. What's next for you? Got to keep going?
Keep going, mate. First one. Just keep going from here. Keep going.
Legend, mate. Congrats and good luck.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, I'm joined by Aldin Bates. Aldin, your co-main event tonight. This will put you in #1 contender spot if you win. Now, stylistically, this fight could be one for the ages. You're a striker with a 100% finish rate. He is known for his jiu-jitsu, and he's known for his elaborate slams. What do you think you've got to do to try and stay away from him and his jiu-jitsu, along with that wrestling?
I don't think Glenn's going to be able to hang with my striking, my kickboxing skills. He's a good, strong lad. He's got good wrestling. His striking's good as well, but I just don't think he's going to be able to handle the pressure I put on him. So I can see him scrambling, I can see him diving in, but I've trained so hard for this. I've been out for 2 years, but I've trained harder than I ever have my whole life, so I've got no ring rust, I've got no 2-year layoff. I'm fucking happy, I'm ready to go in there.
2017 was your last outing, so I was going to ask about ring rust, but you don't believe in it. Tell me something. You're such a striker. It takes a lot of cardio to keep that going for 3 rounds. What is your programming like to keep that up to speed?
I've been training 6 days a week for the last 10 weeks, and then before that, I'm doing 4 days a week solid. The boys in my gym have been putting it through so much, putting me under my paces. I'm telling you, one thing, no matter what happens tonight, there'll be no one in here tonight, no one in WA, no one in Australia that's got better cardio than me. So my conditioning, my cardio is on point. So if you want to come, fucking bring it.
We're looking forward to your fight, mate. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm here with the winner. Mate, there was a little bit of a weird stoppage at the end there.
Yeah, there was. It wasn't great. I should have been a bit longer. I've been training pretty hard for this, but it's what it is. Oh, first win under my belt, there'll be plenty more.
Mate, a win is a win. You looked very pumped. To start off with, mate, I called it. I said you were going to win. But congrats. And what's from now?
Oh, now to go back to the gym, keep training, look for the next Eternals. I'll be back. Let's hope let's go a little bit longer. It'll be more fun.
Congratulations, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm here with Blake Coleman. Blake, you've just won your first MMA fight at a great stadium like this, HBF Stadium at Eternal 44. How does that feel for you?
Yeah, it feels great, man. A little bit unreal at the moment. It all happened so quick, and yeah, it was good fun, and can't wait to do it again.
It was the first fight tonight that's actually made it to the second round, but we thought you had him in the first. You had him rocked.
Yeah, well, I sort of stunned myself a little bit the first kick that I threw. Caught him, I sent my eyes roll back a little bit, and it was a bit like a stunned mullet myself. Didn't realise I actually caught him, and then probably waited a little bit too long, and then when I did go for the kill, it was a little bit reckless, so sort of lost that opportunity, but yeah, that's what happens, I guess.
You come from a karate background, it's evident in the way you stand in there, and it really works. You kept your range beautifully. What's next for you?
Next I want to try to train a bit more jiu-jitsu, get a few more jiu-jitsu comps in, get more comfortable on the ground. I feel like I've got some foundations there that need a bit of work, so I'll focus on that game and then obviously continue my karate game and just keep getting in and having a bit of fun.
Mate, it was a pleasure to watch you fight. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm here with the winner, Charlie. Mate, a great bit of stand-up there. Good knockout. Everyone loves watching the knockout. How'd it feel?
It feels great to get the knockout, get the finish. That's what I come to do. I don't want to get decisions there.
Well, mate, I was much the same when I fought, and the crowd loved it. Yeah. What's next for you?
More fights. That's it. I just want to get as many fights as I can, and yeah, make a name.
Good man. I'll leave you there. Congratulations.
I'm here with your winner, Staff. You must be delighted with that result.
Yeah, happy, very pleased. Training's come off well, so I'm happy the performance paid off.
So you were training out in Thailand, right?
Training out in Thailand at Phuket Top Team under Eric Riesk, so a really good grappling scheme, good place to train.
Good, and you've been working on the ground game to get that rear naked choke to finish it off?
Got a good ground game, simple, effective violence.
What's next for you?
Next, I think I'm going to America in 2-3 weeks. I'm going to train over there, but I'm just trying to get as much experience in as I can for the World Championships.
Beautiful, mate. You looked $1 million. Look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm here with your winner, Quinlan. Mate, how was it? Yeah, it looked great. How did it feel?
It felt awesome, especially to come back from adversity, getting dropped like that. And I just listened to my coaches. They knew what to do, and listened to their instructions and come out with a victory.
From a crowd side of things, yeah, the ground and pound was beautiful. Was that your game plan?
Oh, my game plan was just to go in there and just whatever presents itself. I'm a flow, be like water, like Bruce Lee.
Well, congratulations, mate. Thank you. So we are now halfway through. We've had 11 fights. We are at Eternal MMA 44, and it's been an absolutely jam-packed show so far. 11 fights. All have been a lot have been on their pro debut. But it has been jam-packed, a lot of first-round knockouts, and it has been really an exciting show. So looking forward to the second half, looking forward to the main event, of course, and more the professional bouts, but so far a jam-packed show. I'm
here with Cam. He's just had his third fight, and he just won by KO. How does that make you feel?
Man, it feels great. It was really good. All the process and all the preparation in this fight, everything I've done has worked up to this point, and it was all just like that to me.
You got him down to the deck, and then I noticed you were pretty quick to try and get that back on your feet. Is this something you were aware of, that this guy was good on the ground, or?
As we've known and we watched his old footage, he was a grappler, so we'll be aware of that. If it was going to go to the ground, either I'll look for an opportunity on the ground, or if he's advancing or doing anything, I'll just get back up. So my plan was to keep the fight standing and get the finish. That was it.
And what's next for you?
We'll see what happens. I'm open to whatever. I just want to keep taking the next level and keep taking tougher opponents, and yeah.
Well, that was a fantastic knockout. Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
Right, I'm here with Cam, one of the main promoters behind ONeill MMA. We're at the point now, we're about to go into the main events. You put on a card, which is hardly seen us get into the second round.
Well, we were out here earlier in the year in March, and we actually ran late and got fined from the commission because every fight was going to decision. You know, you just never know what you're going to get, especially down at the bottom end of the card when you're matching amateurs with debuts, one fight, two fights. You just never know how they're going to perform against each other. Tonight we've had some dramatic quick finishes. I'm sure the crowd are loving it. We basically haven't had time to stop for 2 minutes, but you know, it's been a good card so far, and I'm really looking forward to a couple of fights coming up as well.
Well, you've had us on the edge of our seats so far. Now we've got the main event coming up with a steamroller. How do you see that playing out?
I think it's going to be very competitive, obviously. Steve's going to look to drag Benny to the ground. Benny's going to look to push Steve up against the cage and do a bit of dirty boxing, I'd imagine, then maybe keep him at the end. If his punches, probably going to expect Steve to tire a little bit, whereas Steve's probably going to look to finish Ben quite easily in the ground. Obviously being as legit a black belt as what Steve is. But it's a fight, anything can happen, as we've seen so far tonight.
Beautiful, thank you very much. Cheers, Cam.
Okay, I'm here with Glenn Pettigrew just before his fight. But I don't want to get too far into it, of course, but how do you feel and how do you think it's going to go?
Feeling really good. I'm just hoping to get it to the ground. He's a very good striker and very persistent in what he does, so I'm just hoping to tie it up and get it to the ground and submit him pretty much on the ground or tire him out a bit and slow those arms down.
Fair call, fair call. A lot of the fights tonight, obviously, it's amateurs, but they've pretty much gone just the one round. It's been very exciting, though. I think the crowd's right into it, so it should be a good atmosphere. Mate, you got any predictions at all?
Second round sub, hopefully, so that's what I'm going for.
Nice. Well, good luck and enjoy, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm here with Josh. Josh, that was a brilliant win for you tonight. A hard ground-out performance.
Honestly, man, it was a bit scrappy, but I'm glad I got the job done.
He's a very elusive fighter. Was that your game plan, was to go and grind him down the way you did?
Usually I'm the longer guy, but like it was the first time I've ever fought someone longer than me. Threw me off completely, but I had to do what I had to do to get the win, and I got a win, so I'm happy.
No, you just stood next to me here. You're covered in blood. He caught you with a head kick. And it's caused a lot of damage there. How did that feel?
Man, like, my plan was hold him down, take him down, grind him out. But it was so hard with all the blood. I was like, fuck, no. But let me hold on to you. You got it done, though.
Mate, you got a very good job. You did well against a good opponent. Congratulations, well done. I'm with Luke Jones, ONeill 44. Luke has a great performance, mate. A hard-earned win. He looked like a tough, resilient guy.
Yeah, he was. Took a lot of shots. Whenever I landed good shots, he'd turn to his knees, so had to try to avoid the back of the head, so a little bit harder than it should have been.
At the end of the fight, you looked disappointed that you didn't get the stoppage or the TKO win there.
Well, yeah, it was a bit sloppy stand-up and whatnot. It should have been a lot sharper and whatnot, but the win's there, but yeah.
What's next for you?
Just anyone in the top 10 or something in Australia rankings is fine. Top 15, top 10. Just more wins, more guys. As many as you can get.
Beautiful, you heard it here first on the Talking Heads. Thank you very much. I'm here with the winner of the main event. None other than the steamroller, Steve Kennedy. Everyone refers to you as the ex-UFC fighter, but you're far from an ex-anything based on that performance, mate.
Man, I don't know. I love MMA. I don't care about UFC or fucking Eternal's doing a pretty damn good job. This doesn't feel no different.
Mate,
great show, great quality of opposition, good crowd, good setup, good everything. I just hope they sold tickets.
They certainly did. Now, that fight was a long time in the making. On a scale of 1 to 10, where does that rank for you to do that in your hometown?
Man, that's the difference, is the fact that I got to that in Perth with my whole team around me. I had about 5 guys fighting tonight and had to corner them and coach them and wrap their hands. And then, you know, I was like, had to keep my mind on the job. And I was nervous because, man, if I went to Brisbane and Ben Alleyway beat me up, honestly, I couldn't give a shit. But if I lost here tonight, it would be devastating. And I've got a million excuses. Old, couldn't train, busy, been on holiday, had to coach the boys, had to work this and the other. Easy to go in with a buckload of excuses, but fuck that, I had to come and I had a job to do and I fucking did it, I'm happy as. And man, that was a 50-50 fight, 100%. Ben Alloway's that good, he could have come over here and he could have just fucking smashed me. And I was ready for that, but it just went my way.
It was a hell of a fight, I thoroughly enjoyed watching it, and to finish it with a Kimura in such style as well.
That's my bread and butter. I've won a lot of fights with Kimuras, and people, it's I don't know to say it's even more impressive, but people know about it. People know it's coming. There's no way he fought me and he wasn't ready for Kimura. he fucking let me have it on the back, and it's not a good position to go for a Kimura from when he's standing on my back like that. But he should have been like, man, it's Steve, you know, like just let go, just give something else, you know. But I think he wanted that takedown, which surprised the fuck out of me. Sorry about the language. I was really surprised that he wanted the takedown. But I think that's credit to my stand-up now. Like people, I think he would have watched tape on me and come in and expected me to be nervous and tentative and not sharp on the feet. I'm a very good stand-up fighter, but I'm very, very awkward. So I think that's why that brought the wrestling out of him. Or maybe he just wanted to settle, so he wanted to wrestle a bit until he got a bit more settled. And yeah, fell in him. That was like, yeah, thanks, bro.
Well, it was a pleasure to watch that fight, and if it was your last, it was even bigger pleasure to see it as well. Thank you very much, Steve. So that's the end of the show at Eternal 44. Led the way by the amateurs with all the knockouts, but when it came to absolute composure, the pros did lead the way.
You did see the difference, although I think the amateurs were a little bit more excited with all the knockouts and everything else. It only went the one round for most of them, but yeah, you could definitely tell the difference when the pros came out.
I think there's like 6 fights that we witnessed there, and it was all first round finishes. Right. I mean, how exciting can you have that as an MMA event in your backyard?
And all very well matched as well. There wasn't like someone that just came in and dominated. Everyone was like, you weren't sure who was going to win, basically, so it was great.
Now, watching Steve Kennedy also, if it was his last fight, I mean, the guy is retired. I don't know how. He's retired nearly as many times as he's had a fight. But if this was his last one, it was nice to actually witness him do it, and witness him do it against a quality opponent, 2X UFC stars. I mean, what more could you ask for in your backyard as well?
Quality opponent, but his way as well. Like, he didn't knock him out. He went on the ground, he did his thing, and he got the Kimura. So I think it was fitting that he did it in his way.
It was. And to me, that was a fantastic show. I look forward to the next one. Next week, we have Thunderdome. So we'll see you for that one. Thank you very much.